Dun, dun, dun. Good. Let's see. Beautiful girl. Girl in the world. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. Holy crap. If you wear short shorts, what's up? No. I took a few people off moderator. I want them to join our Signal group. So I wanted to get everybody together on Signal because I want to talk with you guys about you guys blocking people. Yesterday, somebody blocked somebody named Batman for asking me about orthodox boxing stance. And I don't know if you guys thought that was a religious comment, but then that guy left the group. So you guys are driving traffic away. So I'm going to make you a standard moderator again, but you guys, I need you to settle down with blocking people. Let the comments marinate. If a guy says something insulting, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's when they start spamming and they get repetitive. Or if they say something that violates YouTube's, what do you call it, terms of, like, if they say something racist or hateful, but if they're just making fun of me, don't slow down on blocking people, okay? I don't want you guys to drive traffic off. I try to win them over, you know what I mean? Do. Time to pump some iron. Yes, we're gonna do a high volume today. So this is day one of training for competition. This is we'd call this block conditioning. What does that look like? Well, what I got here is I got that camber bar bench press, so that gives you an extended range of motion, and then I got the bench press on 4 inches of dunnage, which raises it at an incline. So not only am I inclining the bench, but I'm extending the range of motion. And we're going to be doing what's called lengthened partials, which looks like 225 for like sets of 25, that kind of thing. And we're really just going to we're going to be doing conditioning. No, I just made EKM a moderator again. I took his privileges away because he blocked that Batman guy for asking me about my boxing stance, and it really pissed me off. So there's nobody in the chat except for you guys yet, so it's just us talking. So all I'm saying is just be chill with the blocking of people. I don't care, like removing comments. I don't know, just like let them marinate a little. You know, if somebody says something insulting, just like let's see where it goes. Unless it's like really, really obvious, if it's racist or violence, threats of violence, that kind of anything that would be like a terms of service issue. All right. Zeph, I'm a programmer and I'm so happy to hear that you're using Signal. It's the most underrated chat app. It was actually Hans that turned me onto it. Not taking shots at anybody. I know Middle East was a little weird, but it showed me yesterday. All he said was hello, and someone timed him out for the whole live. Um, yeah, I want to try to avoid I want to try to avoid that kind of thing. I've seen some trolls actually subscribe and turn around. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I want to try to, give people a chance. I don't care if they take shots at me. How does Middle East Beast skip 24-hour bans? I didn't do any of that. I don't even know what orthodox boxing stance is. It's regular. So there's, what do they call it? Southpaw? Orthodox. And my wife pointed it out to me. She said, why did they ban him for that comment? And I said, I don't know. And then she said he left the chat after that. So he asked me a legitimate question. Someone banned him. And then he left. Or they deleted his comment. So I originally took a bunch of people off moderator and I started adding them back. I was trying to get everybody on Signal so we could all get together and talk. But I got shit to do, so we'll get to that later. Undefeated. Thanks, brother. Love the grid shirt. Thanks, Matt. Do you know Orange Room guy is back as the Lorex? No, I did not know that. That was a few days back, but he's been commenting cool with Charlie and everyone else. Yeah, no, everybody just chill. Larry the Lobster. Lift that shit. Let's get it. I gotta do my warm up here. So you're on Signal. I just need your handle so I can invite you. Whoa. I intentionally tried to find the shortest shorts I had. And I think I have shorter ones. So we're going to do that. It's going to get even worse. As you can see, you got the 4-inch range of motion. You get a really good stretch of the pectoral muscles. Ooh, just let that all stretch out. I always start with the barbell for anybody that doesn't know me. Just get everything all lubed up, right? Today should be fun. I like high volume days. It's not a huge time investment. You don't have to worry about hurting yourself, and you get awesome pumps out of it. What's up, Bob? He is my father? All right, Clark Kent. Good enough for heaven. Ever cursed? Ever lied or stolen? Ever lusted or hated anyone before? The song lyrics? What the situations in your life put the things that actually matter most into perspective for you, rather than what's praised or talked about by people. And what were or still are they? I'll think about that for a second. Yeah, I agree with that. Dalton, what's up? All right, enough. Enough with the, we're not going to discuss it anymore. Okay, guys? We'll talk about it on Signal. That's why I wanted to get everybody together. Everybody's cool, right? You guys are helping me out, and I appreciate that immensely. And I don't take for granted that you guys are voluntarily doing this. But you're not helping me out if you're going against my wishes. And my wish is for you to stop fucking arguing. All right. We broke God's laws, but Jesus Christ paid our fine. Thank you, Clark. I'm well aware of this. We got the street preachers in the house. You know, I'm a Christian, and I do believe in spreading the good word. I just like to try to keep it in places that are appropriate. And I don't think me training for powerlifting is that place. But then, as a Christian, I wouldn't want to deny him the word either. All right. About these patella bands, so I don't have to wear sleeves all the time, and these things are working great for me. Bring out the baby oil. See, yeah, you didn't have to. Time to lock in and oil up. Well, I would have let that comment marinate. You know, I would have let that one go. Keep arguing. It's engagements for the algorithm. Oh, okay. All right, let loose then. I can save black. The only problem with that, Zave, is I can't. My chat scrolls so fast. I can't address. I try to talk to everybody. When you guys pop up, I try to at least, I give everybody engagement. And then it starts moving so fast because everybody's screaming at each other. I can't keep up with it. Transfer the trust from yourself to the Savior. See, like for Clark, I'm considering a timeout for him. Thanks, buddy. Buddy Raw. Right and bench. Thank you. How do the bands feel or work? The knees, great. They're awesome because 50 years old, you got a little arthritis, a little tendonitis. These just really help with that without having to be like a full sleeve. I feel a little more free in these. Can you listen? ATI 242 Maserati Flow. I want to see your reaction, bro. Not sure what we're talking about. Do you shoot them guns? Yes, I do. Apparently, bands work wonders. Yeah. No, they're great. A lot of times, like, well, what are you talking? Like, what is when you have knee pain, arthritis? Usually, you got to look at how your joints are structured. You got your meniscus, which is your padding, or a bursa. You got your padding in between the bones, and then it's capped with collagen for lubrication. And that once that starts wearing down, or you get bits of arthritis growth on the bones, it starts cutting into that, and the bursa gets inflamed. So really all compression does is tighten everything down, and it just helps with pain relief. Were you in the core? Yes, I was, Maggie. Boss One, are you on TRT? I'm on that and a little bit more. What weight are you going for? I think I'm gonna work up to somewhere around like 225, 230, and I'm gonna try to do like sets of 20. This is what's called a conditioning block. Where normally I would work up to like somewhere between 300 and 400 pounds and do sets of like 4, 5. This is gonna be a little bit higher volume. And then length and partials. So you got this caber bar which extends the range of motion. You're gonna stretch the pecs. Well, this puts your shoulders in a really, really vulnerable position. So you want to keep everything tight and kind of work in this range of motion right here. that stretch. I'm almost like a guillotine press, bringing this a little bit closer to the chin instead of down here. And that just stretches everything out. It puts a little more weight on the triceps too. You just feel that. Just pumps the chest up. You makes your boobies big so you can jiggle them. I just stopped by to say sup. What's up, Joseph? Hell yeah, I appreciate that. I could coach you if you're doing bodybuilding. I would collaborate with you. Were you in the United States Marine Corps for the second time? Yes. Didn't you just ask me that? What's happening, Golem? I'm trying to find my precious. What is that bar called? Jesus Save Sinner. That's a camber barbell. Amy Absent Euro. I really appreciate the offer. I'll let you know. I said when both times? Oh, when were you in the USMC? 94 to 2003. Sorry. Okay, I need glasses. My bad. Oh, man. I guess pinning comments doesn't help. I tried to pin in the comments my stats, my age, my weight, whether I'm natty or not, and what I am as a power lifter. But apparently nobody can read the pinned comments, so that sucks. It was an experiment. Because I get the same questions over and over again. It's like, we'll get a batch of people, they drop in. They ask me how old I am. They ask me what drugs I'm on. They ask me how much I can bench. They ask me how much I weigh. And they get bored and leave. And then a new batch comes on and they ask me the same question 2 minutes later. Next card is 6 diamonds. Thanks, Thomas. I was wondering when someone would see that. Sorry, wrong live. Let's see. King of Fakad. You know, if you're on the wrong stream, like, here's the thing. It always made me curious. Like, if people aren't interested in, like, this, which is totally cool, why would you take the time to comment that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, just move on. I don't need to know. It's no skin off my ass. If you guys leave shitty comments, you have to subscribe. It's a new rule. MC Bobby, not only did you block us, you reported us as well. Okay, that's a different conversation. Maggie subbed. You're from the military family. Was just wondering when you were in the Corps. Yeah, I'm sorry, Maggie. I can't read. My bad. Yeah, 94 to 2003. I was just talking to a guy I served with named Charles Furches. And he went, I asked him, I said, am I misremembering the stories that I tell these guys? This stuff really happened, right? Like when we blew up that herd of camels, and he corroborated it, and I was like, okay, I could tell that then, because I was like, it was happened so long ago, sometimes I wonder if I heard it, or I actually experienced that, because it was so damn surreal. But we were in Iraq, right? We had just crossed the border, and it was at nighttime, and no, this was in 90, 90, Operation Eager Mace. We had the old NVGs, the monocular ones, so you couldn't see very well out of them. They had, just before they started upgrading all of them, so there was no depth perception, and there was a herd of camels that was coming in our position, and we were in a potential combat area, and I want to say it was Sergeant Cobb, opened up with a 240 Gulf because he thought that it was infantry that was approaching the back of our position. And the next thing you know, every single crew served weapon on that entire, we're talking like 4 or 5 50 cals, 4 or 5 240 Gulfs, 40 millimeter grenade launchers, rifle, like just we unleashed hell. Mark 19 automatic grenade launchers, and they just blew up this entire field. And then when they went out to to see what was left of them, it was a fucking herd of camels and this Toyota pickup truck that was riddled. If you see what a 50 cal round does to a camel, it's fucking disgusting. This thing was riddled with bullet holes, like it was obliterated, and the driver survived. He was hiding underneath it, and by the grace of God, this guy didn't get a scratch on him, but he was fucking pissed. As it turns out, he was related to somebody that was important, and they made the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit compensate this guy. They had to pay him for all the camels he lost, and that turned out to be like a really big deal. It was like an international, what do they call it? So I used to tell that story, but I'm like, that actually happened, right? And he's like, hell yeah, it happened. So now I can feel free to tell that story. It sounds so stupid, but it's one of those, like, you guys asked me, can you tell any military stories? And I wanted to tell you that one, but I wanted to make sure, like, I wasn't embellishing or making it up. I could actually verify someone could back me up on it. Let's see, lies. Oh yeah, get rid of that guy. Uh, 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 uh. How tall are you? 5'9". What year? 1996. 1996. It was Operation Eager Mace. We were 20 miles into Iraq. The 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit. All right. Did I get everybody's comments? How does it feel when you have knee surgery tomorrow? What? Vexed. How does it feel when you have knee surgery tomorrow? That doesn't make sense, but I don't know. Let's see here. 173rd ABCT. Have you ever been, or are you now full of gay emotions towards other men? George is back. Do you have stiff hips? Yes, but I do a lot though. Once I get everything limber, I'm pretty good. That was Maggie. My ex was the same way, asking his buddies certain things actually happened, and they always had. Well, so the reason why is because uh, there was a couple like things that happened while I was in my unit, but I didn't actually participate in. Like one of them was there's a movie. It was Corporal Benuelos shot a sheep herder down in Texas, and they actually made a movie about it, and it was narrated by that guy from Men in Black, the old dude. What's his name? No, the Will Smith's partner. It was narrated by him, and it tells the story of this kid. There was Mexican cartels were running drugs, and they took the 5th Battalion, 11th Marines, which is a support battalion, to work with the DEA and do border watch to see who's coming across the borders. And this kid had a 22 rifle, and one of the fire teams. We were all ghillie suited out, we had, camo and all that. They were approaching him, and Corporal Benuelos stood up and identified himself as a Marine. And this kid took aim at him with the rifle and shot at him once. And when he went to go do the second shot, Corporal Benuelos popped him and blew him back into a well. And this kid he wasn't even 18 yet, and the whole town was in an uproar because this kid got killed. And they were saying that we were out there they wanted to try him as a civilian, and they wouldn't let him. And the Marine Corps dropped, like, they exonerated him of all charges. But it was a big deal, man. They wanted to string this guy up, and they wanted to make. They were saying like the military is illegal for us to be working on U.S. soil, but that's not how it works. When they're. It was a. I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. It was like the Ballad of Ezekiel Hernandez, and you can go watch it on Netflix. Well, that was my unit, and I used to tell that story, but I wasn't in that fire team. I didn't actually see him shoot him. So it's like things like that. You gotta be careful because you can be embellishing because you might have been adjacent to it, but you weren't actually participating in it. And I remembered that camel thing because I was in the back and I had a 203 grenade launcher, and they started shooting and they were unloading hell. All these rounds were going down range, and I was by the FDC tent. So by the time I ran my ass back there to see what the fuck was going on and engaged in close with the enemy, they had already called ceasefire, check fire, check fire. They were screaming check fire over the radios. So I don't. I felt like I was misremembering it. I was like, did that actually happen? And then, but he corroborated, like, not only did it happen, but they fucked that herd of camels up. It was the most gory thing you'd ever seen. And so I'm like, okay, so I can tell that story. uh, let's see, sharp problems in that unit. Yeah, right. Anyone here knows where the best place to get my first cycle? Any tips? Uh, I forgot where I bought my bike from. I think it was a specialty shop. Uh, Opinion on Tim Kennedy. You know what? I watched him and his podcast, and I actually read portions of the book. I don't know. Like in his book, he even says that people remember things differently, especially like I was just explaining. My memories of what happened are going to be a lot different than like say Sergeant Cobb's, the guy who opened fire on it, because according to him, I'm cleaning my lens here. What he saw through the NVGs, very realistically, a regimental sized unit of Iraqi soldiers coming up on an exposed position of an artillery battery who has no defense except for the crew serve weapons they go out with. So he made the call with those shitty NVGs that we had before they upgraded them. That maybe in a panic, we don't know. And then of course everybody reacted because they opened fire. Afterwards, you could say, "Well, this guy's a fucking dumbass," right? But in that situation, you think you make the right call. Well, now, how does that relate to Tim Kennedy? Well, a lot of the stories he related were high stress combat situations where he's telling his version of it, and then the people that participated in it are either not saying or telling a different version. Does that mean he's a liar? I don't know. Like they were both there, they both participated in the same mission. Maybe he's embellishing a little, maybe he's telling it a little bit differently. But the point is in a situation like that, two people's versions are going to be different depending on what portion of the engagement they acted in, if that makes sense. And that's not uncommon. But I do think Tim Kennedy's a glory hound. Yeah, that feels good. So we'll do like 5 or 6 sets of those. I'll refresh my screen here. Where's my chat? All right. Back. My wife's in the chat. I see that. By the way, you can say whatever you want. These mods are too old and stupid to figure out how to ban anybody. Uh, well, I hope they're not banning people. How much weight's on the bar? Steven, 225. Christina Remington. I'm not that old. Thank you, Ayash Nair. Mr. Mango, I was talking about steroids. I didn't see your comment, Mr. Mango. What was the Marines like when you first joined? Sucked? No, I don't know. Boot camp was boot camp, and then when I got deployed to my unit, that first year was all, yeah, it was pretty awful. I think the first year sucks for everybody, though. Rudy K, are you supposed to do full extension or short? What's the purpose between the two? Okay, so I'm doing what's called lengthened partials. Now, if you notice, that bar's got a camber in it, which extends the range of motion about 4 inches. Now, that puts your shoulder in a compromised position, but it also really stretches the pectoral muscles out, which is where you're going to get the most hypertrophy. So, we're doing what's called lengthened partials. We're living in that lengthened range of motion, just working that. You can do full ROM, but that's going to take away from the amount of reps you can do in that compromised position. Now, you got to be careful, though. You don't want to just start. You can do it with dumbbells too. With dumbbells, you can get a really good range of motion in. But anytime you're going to go for a full stretch, you're going to, if you start with an appropriate amount of weight and work your way up, you're going to really bomb-proof your joints. And it's one of the reasons why at the age of 50, I can still bench heavy with no shoulder issues and full range of motion. You know, a lot of guys my age, they could still bench really heavy, but they can't lift their arm over their head. But it's like, what are you doing? Well, those are guys that are like, they're just doing spoto presses all day long, you know. They're doing the opposite. Did you regret joining? Hell no, man. I love being in the service. I wouldn't have gotten out if I wouldn't gotten injured. If you guys want to know a lot more about lengthened partials, a good channel is Profit Fear. I would say Dr. Mike Israetel. He's a Renaissance periodization. Let's see, 300 BLK. I was just put on TRT due to low testosterone since going into the 40s. I don't want to get fat while taking them. I want to get fit while taking them. What kind of workout should I be doing? If you just started working out and you're on TRT, I would say the starting strength 5x5. Get under the barbell and start doing compound lifts at heavy progressive overload. I don't know what question you're answering, Christina. Ethan Fraser just started working out again, and I had my third meal of the day: 3 eggs, 2 sausages, and a protein shake shortly after I became sick. That is a lot of protein. I don't know. I don't know your medical history. I don't know what you're sensitive to. I will say this: I do intermittent fasting, so I don't eat almost all day. I haven't eaten yet today. One more set. I'm gonna do a few more sets. How old am I? 50. Amrit Pal. Rudy K. What is it called again? If you're asking me, I said lengthened partials. Neato, thank you. Ooh, everybody's moving fast. Have you shot anyone while you're in the Army? I'm gonna let you think about why that's a stupid question. There's a couple of reasons. Jenny Thong. Oh, God damn it. We're moving quick here. Nair, what kind of question is that? What I miss? Have you? Oh yeah. Well, I'm more offended by him saying I was in the army than anything, but he might. Like, a lot of people that aren't American don't make the distinction, but Marines do not like being called soldiers, and we are not in the army. Hans human, if anything could be lactose intolerance from whey. Yeah, see, there you go. Hans is in the chat. He'd be for diet stuff. He'd be way better. Or Christina, my biologist. She's a dietary expert. I go to her for a lot of stuff. Danny Wolf, 3 reasons. The other channel you recommended, Renaissance Periodization, Dr. Mike Israetel, and then Prophet Fear. He's a good one. Mr. Line A, what's up? So if you were like a mix between the Undertaker and a werewolf from Underworld, I guess I'll take that as a compliment. It means I need to shave. Anytime my beard grows long, they start telling me I look like Andy Serkis. One suggestion you want to give a younger generation. Don't live above your means. Nobody cares what kind of car you drive. Save your money. Credit scores are very important. And nobody owes you anything, god damn it. You're not forced to go to work. No one put a gun to your head and said you had to flip burgers. So stop expecting a living wage from McDonald's. Go acquire some goddamn skills and make you valuable to an employer. Surf lives, how much you weigh? 220. The bro scientist and the real scientist. I would consider myself a bro scientist. At what age do you recommend HGH? Human growth hormone? I don't know. I've never done human growth hormone. You'd have to talk to a doctor. I don't know. Sorry, sir, but can you explain the difference between Army and the Marine? The Army is huge. It's big, and it's got everything from the most elite special forces to the most untrained, like get lost every time they go out, and we have to go rescue them, and everything in between. You got the Rangers, you got regular infantry, but it's got everything. It's an occupying force. It's who you would send over if you're trying to take a country over. The Marines deploy with the Navy, so we're the first ones in, and we're a small mobile force that uses combined arms warfare to strike with small units. And rarely are you going to see us on the battlefield. We're usually going to be in little tiny groups with designating equipment, calling for fire, as opposed to like directly confronting. And we're always moving really quick, so everything's quick, mobile, lightly armored, fast, and everything talks to each other. I would say, like, while we would be considered regular infantry for the most part, they have a much higher level of training. And when they say every Marine's a rifleman, every single Marine, whether you're a cook or a clerk or a pilot, goes through some form of infantry training. Which is none of the other forces do that, and they regularly qualify with rifles. Like, why is that a big deal? Like, say you're an administrative admin clerk, and you're in a forward operating base and it gets attacked. I know I could throw you a rifle and you can help us go get the bad guys, no matter what your MOS is. As a matter of fact, some of the most aggressive Marines I ever saw were the cooks when their chow halls were getting mortared, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, Gunny ain't playing. You just know every Marine knows how to use a rifle and can defend themselves, where you can't say the same thing for the other services. Now, all the services have special forces, and they're all super highly trained, and you can make an argument over which one's better, but we're talking about the average everyday Joe. Are the drones preparing us for aliens? No, I think what it is, I don't think it's the Chinese, but it's like some sort of adversary is controlling these drones. and they're desensitizing us to something. I really suspect the Biden administration is going to try to pull some shit to put us in martial law before Trump can take office. This is my guess. Do you work out your gooch? Oh, Lord have mercy. Do we have all day to discuss the difference between the Marines and the Army? What a funny question. No comparison, Semper Fi. Hey, yeah, but I don't want to be disrespectful to my Army brothers either. You know what I mean? Like, I know some pretty hard motherfuckers that were in the Army. But we're still better. Fans, check my content out if you like the short stuff. Let's see. Do you hunt? Yes. Bow, well, no, crossbow, long rifle, musket. We hunt for elk, deer. I went mountain lion hunting once. We didn't get anything, but I went. That was up in Mount Rainier area. The kind of hunting we do, we backpack and go out. You know what I mean? Like shelter halves, that kind of thing. So the hunting I do, it's like where I don't consider like sitting in a tree stand and waiting for something to show up to be hunting, but it is. It's just not my kind of hunting. You've got a whoa BWC Big Head Todd. Are you training underneath? Might be time to put slow mode on the chat. I don't know what slow mode is. Are you natty? No. Maggie, where are you from? Chicago, but I live in Vegas. What are you working on today? One motivated guy's in the house. Check him out. He's a badass. Um, I just started my first day of competition training, so I'm doing high rep, low weight, well, moderate weight. We're doing conditioning. Think we can go shorter with the shorts, brother? No, no. These are. I'm trying to find shorter ones. I think I have them. So for the next week or so, I'm going to try to get as short as I possibly can. I can't find my Marine Corps silkies. Give me 30 seconds, guys. I got to use the bathroom. Then I'm going to hit this weight. If you wear short shorts. Here I come, right here, Nate. I'll do 3 sets with the camber bar, and I'll take the decline away and switch to the football bar. Where are my hand grips? I think they're in my truck. Feel the stretch. I'm using that camber bar to get that really, really deep stretch. And then I'll do 3 or 4 sets of those, and I'll switch to the flat bar. Jamster, you're high then. He has Richard Simmons shorts. No, these are shorter than those. You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. Hood rat, hoochie mama. Christina, are you the better half? Yes, she is. Oh, who's that 2 Live Crew? You ain't nothing but a hoochie mama. Oh, I know what I'm listening to when I go pick my daughter up. Yeah. Keeping it at the bottom. This man knows. I'm pretty vascular, I guess. Mm. What's funny is like you go to any bodybuilder's page, like you go to like Larry Wheels, and he's never wearing a shirt. And you go to like most powerlifters are wearing singlets. But for some reason, I can't. I don't have the same privilege. I can't do that. Put some respect on Richard Simmons' names. Hell yeah, Moretta. That's right. That man did a lot of good for a lot of women. Although, when he came out on David Letterman's show wearing the Las Vegas dancing girl with the peacock feathers, that was a little over. That's what that minute he jumped the shark, I think. If you live in Vegas, you must gamble. No, I do not. Body weight. What's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. I see you, baby. The guy here is 0.01% natural, artificially flavored, and you're the other 99% retarded. Hey, bro, how was the parade? I missed your mom there, man. Mark, I was looking for her, but she stood me up. Pro Brawl Stars. Jerry Thong 09. Sorry, what said you a few days ago? I got. Oh, you're Jenny Thong. I don't recall you saying anything that offended me. Pro Sheehan Balthazar, he's obviously not naturally, but why would you even care? I mean, like, yeah, obviously. I put it in the pinned comment. Like, I'm 50 years old. You think I'm going to apologize for not being natural? The guy, this guy's lifting over 1,700 pounds at 220 pounds body weight, 50 years old. Yeah, natty. Although I would say this, who is it? The Body Beatdown just did a 405-pound bench, and he's 100% natural, and he's 54. That's crazy. Body weight, I'm good. Just been my oldest daughter just turned 15th. Ooh. Mark, last time you went to your kids' parade. Yeah, we just had a parade here in Water Street. How long ago was that, Christina? That was for Christmas, right? You had Aiden was in the band and Della's with the Girl Scouts. My wife's one of my moderators. She gave me a hall pass though to see your mom. She keeps standing me up though. You look great at 50. Thank you, Dinah. I said, see, Jenny Thong. I said about news on steroids, so I was banker out of order for saying that. I do apologize. You're good, dude. I don't care. I'm pretty open and honest about it. I do videos in depth talking about it. Happy birthday to your daughter, Beast Fitness. Hell yeah. I can't pronounce your name, but hello. Let's see. Jenny, it's like a church. Oh, yeah. Yes. If you say something rude to me, you have to hit the subscribe button. Before I said you had to hit the like button, but now I'm changing that to subscribe. That way you can keep coming back and harassing me. How do you keep your knees fit? Good Lord, hell if I know. No, seriously though, because I've had knee reconstruction. Lots of squatting. I started out with just straight up body squats and then got into barbell squatting and then, got as heavy as I could with that. That by itself, though, will give you repetitive motion issues. So I like to do like sissy squats, horseshoe squats, lots of just squat variations. But bulletproof those knees, go full range. The one mistake I made when I got knee surgery is even though I was squatting like I was supposed to, I wasn't really focusing on getting that full range of motion. And that kind of hurt me when I started getting, up to three and a half times my body weight. So you gotta really like take some time and really learn how to squat full range of motion, and you will have bulletproof knees. That knees over toes guy, he's an invaluable resource. He's got a lot of great exercise for just bulletproofing the patella and, like really alleviating knee pain. Um, Darius, are you stronger than Jason Blaha? I am considerably stronger than Blaha. However, I looked at Blaha's numbers. Him and I talk sometimes. He actually is an elite level lifter for a master's lifter. So where I was top 3 or 4 in the world, he was top 40. So he had like a 1,350 pound total, 1,400 pound total. I have like 300 pounds over him, and I was a lighter weight class. So, but he's a good lifter. You get over 40, and you're in that 1,300, 1,400 pound range. That's a legitimate total for a guy his age. And a lot of people give him shit. I don't know Jason's history. I haven't known him that long. I've talked to him a few times, but he seems like a cool dude. I don't know. I guess in his past, like I saw some expose videos on him, and I was like, "What is this shit about, bro?" And we didn't really talk about it, but I do have questions. But he's been totally cool to me. So I mean, he's a good lifter. I don't disagree with anything watching him train. It's pretty much standard conjugate stuff. It's good training. You'll get stronger following his program. El Manchild, are you stronger at the bench than Julius Maddox? Are you stronger than the strongest raw bencher of all time? Yes. Can you play Rap God? I don't know what that is. Check out Legend of Jason Blaha. I'll do that, Matt. No, I watched some videos and it's wild. Like I don't know anything about that stuff. I wasn't on YouTube at that time. Um, but like I don't know. We're cool. I don't have any issues with Jason. Oh, Jason paints Warhammer figurines, and he's really good. Like really good, really good painter. I wonder what you would think of Blaha's deficit cambered barbell deadlift. I saw that. So essentially, he was using the camber bar standing on a platform, and so the camber bar is right above his toes. I was like, I don't know. Yes, very effective. But so now what I do is I do the same thing except for I zercher the bar. So I do a stiff leg and I'm zerchering it, which still pulls me over, and I still get the same range of motion out of it. I wouldn't say it's ineffective, but I would say there's better uses of your time. How do I squad examples, please? How do I squad? Damn, you cut your hair, dude. Yeah, you haven't been online in a minute, huh? I had to. I was starting to look like it's starting to get fuzzy. Do you know Mr. Karushi? No. I think you may be stronger than Ed Cohen. Hell no. Ed is the greatest power lifter of all time. Him and John Hack. They're like right there. Which one's better? I don't know. I think Ed Cohen's got more first places and more weight classes than John Hack, but John Hack had a higher total, slightly higher total. All right, what are we deleting here? Okay. Was he spamming? Why, anabolic steroids, you drink very much. So here, I'm gonna get rid of this guy right here. I'm just gonna hide him. I don't want him back. But I'm making that call. Dr. Squat. That guy's awesome. I like your neck. Well, thank you. Adriano, what's up? Gym cell. I'm not sure what that is. Charles, Ed grew up by the same place as me in Long Island. Matt, he's my favorite lifter of all. Well, him and Who's the guy that just passed away? Works out with Dave Tate. Elite FTS. What was his name? My favorite bodybuilder of all time, and I can never remember his goddamn name. It pisses me off. John Meadows. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Bob always corrects me. John Meadows and Ed Cohn, my two favorite influencers in history. Steven Sullivan, if you found yourself in an active shooter situation, would you search and destroy or escape and evade? Well, that depends. It depends. But if it's like a school shooting, I go get that motherfucker. Assuming, yeah, I mean, pick a brick up. Hello from Ukraine. Emeretta Robinson, you once told me that I'd be better for me to get a trainer for Olympic weightlifting because it's so technical. I've been watching Juggernaut training videos and I feel the same about powerlifting. Emeretta, here's the thing. With Olympic weightlifting, the barrier to entry is how far your knees have to travel over your toes. And most people don't have the ankle mobility and consequently the shoulder mobility to get in a proper position. Whereas with the three lifts for powerlifting, most people can do them without really having to, do anything with their range of motion. The barrier to entry for powerlifting is way less than Olympic weightlifting. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe I guess they're both pretty technical if you want to do it right. How would you advise a young boy getting into bodybuilding? What mistakes to avoid? I have no idea. I have never done bodybuilding in my life. I'm a power lifter. You got to talk to EKM, one of my moderators. He's a bodybuilder, and um, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what it would be like for somebody that's young getting into bodybuilding. I know to get to a high level, um, most of them aren't natural, so that's something to consider. I don't think bodybuilding's a sport that's healthy. I think you really put your body through torment. Lots of discipline. I really respect the grind. Now the lifting is the same. Powerlifting, bodybuilding. There's tons of carryover as far as the lifting. Biggest you've taken. What is the color of your underwear? I don't know. I ain't wearing any. Do you like bench or mountains? Oh, beach or mountains? Ooh, that's rough. That's tough. Depends on the mood, but if you mountains, I would have to pick off the top of my head. I would say mountains. I spent way more time in cold weather. I got some pretty good survival skills, as does every Marine. But you know how we roll. But at the same time, there's something nice about the beach, especially like the beaches in Carlsbad and Oceanside. It takes me back to bonfires, hanging out with everybody, watching all the dirty hippies come up. You remember what we used to do over there at Pendleton? Were you at Pendleton, right? Yeah, we used to go start bonfires on the beach and just all hang out, man. When I got out of active duty, I got an apartment there right off of Coast Highway on Wisconsin and what was the cross street? Right there by the pier. So I could just literally walk down to the beach. And so for a year and a half after I got out of the service, I lived at Oceanside Beach, and it was like some of the best times of my life. Broke as fuck. Every night we go down there and we just drink and hang out by the fire, and the girls would come, and it was just a good time, man. All right, this is the last set with the cable bar. Then I'm gonna switch to the flat. Dun, 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 Wonder Woman. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. So now this is going to go with a wider grip, but since my shoulders won't be in a compromised position, I'll rep it out a little more. So these will be higher rep sets. Yeah. J. Tandria. Balthazar, you aren't even doing the RR. Okay. You remind me of Brian Dutton from Metroflex. The ladder bar. Football bar, Swiss bar, ladder bar, yeah. What's your Mount Rushmore of bench accessories? Accessories, excluding flat bench. Close grip bench for triceps with a guillotine. Bring it up to like your chin. So it's your pressing with your triceps. Wide grip with the foot with the Swiss bar. Incline bench with the camber bar, which we just did. And then I gotta pick one more. Probably like skull crushers or overhead extensions. Those are pretty good. Dear Christina, do you always get to watch him work out, or do you really read all the comments? No, she doesn't, but she does hang out. So Christina's my training partner. She got injured in a car accident. She gets surgery on the 30th. But she's a savage in the gym. Like that woman trains. Well, I'll go to the gym with her and her other friend Christina, and they'll straight up tell me to get the fuck lost. Go find your corner and go hump a squat bar. You know what I mean? Like we're busy over here doing shit. But then when I do train with her, like dude, she's a savage. She's got awesome form. She's a bodybuilder, man. She gets shredded too. Your shoulders are starting to look like Ultimate Warriors. Oh, I should too tie the little thing. Max Payne. Yeah. I get to watch him, and he used to go to the gym together. Tried, but I don't catch them sometimes. Close grip bench, incline camber bar, wide grip football bar, and overhead extensions. Or skull crushers. Let's see. Balthazar King, you sound so uneducated. Yeah, I was waiting for him to say something clever, but I don't think that's gonna happen. What did my dad say? You heard me say it before. There's no such thing as a stupid question, just stupid people. Motivated one. He is awesome. That one motivated guy. I've watched their transformation over the years. And you are a beast. Like you, I've never seen anybody make as profound a transformation as a natural lifter as you have. Uh, Jamia Holder, I saw you the law. You have such short shorts. You didn't say nothing yet, S. You wait till you see the ones I wear tomorrow. If you ever get famous, I'll come to Nevada and see if you can keep up with me. Yeah, man. I mean, we can do anything you want except for running. Uh, you recover soon, dear Christina. Yeah, she's. I'm really. I'm. For selfish reasons, I'm looking forward to her getting healthy so we can start training again. I really miss it. I don't know if you guys ever seen me. When I bench heavy, like I go like 400, she spots me. We've never seen my man. We've never seen my man. Skin bottles. I'm sure you're gonna make a point. Let's see. Ever done shrooms or acid? Yeah, I've done them. Look forward to it. Maybe squat in speedos. I've got some. You never seen like the singlets that powerlifters wear? You mean, have you? I thought about wearing my singlet. It's funny because nobody will say anything about a powerlifter in a singlet, but they're shorter than these are. Sorry, I have a question. My max deadlift is 200 kilograms, but I struggle with pull-ups. And how do you advise to improve my pull-ups? Well, let me ask you something, Ash. When you say struggle with pull-ups, how can you do them? Can you physically complete a pull-up? How many can you do? How much do you weigh? Let's start with that. Let me get some context from you. One motivated guy. I'm on top of the iceberg. Trust me, I've done nothing compared to some other kids on the internet, but lift naturally. Dude, you don't discount yourself. You are, you're every bit the real deal, my guy. How do you stop bones from clicking all the time? Feels like every time I move my joints, everything. Yes, clicking and popping. So, welcome to getting older, but that's the reason why I usually wear sleeves, compression. Compression helps a lot, but you got to warm up. And you have to warm up full range of motion. I do a lot of stretching, a lot of accessories that do full range of motion lifting. And if it's something where it's like bone on bone, unfortunately for that, you're really going to have to see a doctor because that might be something that they have to intervene with. But assuming if it's just getting old, if it's arthritis, if it's tendonitis, you're looking at like you got to take the time and do all the stupid lifts. Yoga helps a lot. Balthazar. Let's see what his comment was. LOL, there to be uneducated. The guy's clearly doing it wrong or just doing it for the sake of doing it. Being on juice, you just have to lift heavy. Yeah, that is a pretty ignorant comment. Like, doesn't even make sense. I was natural till I was 45, and I had the USPA records. So I was the number one lifter in the United States for my weight and age, natural. Now I'm the number two lifter in the world for my weight and age, and I'm artificially flavored. And I might be doing it wrong, but I'm getting pretty good results out of it. Random man on the internet hiding behind a bubble. Commander AK. Let's see profound. Oh, what's my favorite porn category? Is it midgets this month, honey? Can you bench press 135 pounds? Nope. I got another Andy Circus. Means I need to shave. Cats are my favorite porn. Wow, his name is My Cat Pegs Me. That's awesome. I've got 4 cats. Bad Samaritan, thank you. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a power lifter. So this is the result of consistency. What's your strongest lift and what is it? I'd say right now it's my deadlift. I did 720 using the trap bar a couple weeks ago. I think I'm like 685 on the straight bar. Squats doing good. I'm like mid 600s, 660, somewhere around there. The other day I hit 545 for a set of 5, and it was a little bit of a grinder. But that's like, I was also fasted when I was training. There's a lot of stuff that could, long day of work could affect that. Bench sucks. My bench, I hit 405 a couple times in the last few months. But then the other day I was struggling with 365. I was having some pains in my shoulders. So it's like kind of, I don't know. My bench is shitty, which is why I'm doing this conditioning phase. I figured I would lower the weight and just really rep it out. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to refill my beverage here. And then I'll hit this set. Wonder Woman. What time is it? 3:43. All right, we're doing good. All right. Finished with the camber bar. Now we're going wide grip on the football bar. Boom, boom. Give that a couple minutes. Hit that again. That felt pretty good. What I like about the wide grip is technique-wise, you can learn to shoot your triceps out and give yourself a little extra oomph. So when you're in the platform doing your 1 rep max, you come off the chest, you really learn to like make it a 2-part lift where you get off your chest and then you fire with your arms. Doing the camber bar teaches you to engage your pectoral muscles. So when I grab that bar, what I like to do is I like to squeeze it together, which tenses all those muscles and then just kind of gets them activated, if that makes sense. And boom. Hoo-wee. Yeah. What's a filter? How old is that American flag? It's not that old. That's what the wind does. I go through them like every couple of months. There ain't no filters on my phone, son. Don't be hating. Well, that's not true. So the lighting's strategic. I put that lighting up there for a reason. So I guess technically. No, I don't do trend. And you shouldn't either. If you're over the age of 40, oof, that's asking for an early grave. There's other compounds, They trend's not the only compound that exists. Yeah. Uh, I'm not hating somebody asked if you was fake. Oh, no, I get. Oh, believe me, I'm used to it. Fissures in the shoulders with that lighting. Yeah, yeah, I know what I'm doing with the lighting. Trust me. The lighting's not artificially flavored. Trend is schizophrenia in a bottle. Yeah, I know, man. I don't even think the Trend twins do trend, to be honest with you. Like, there's like so many more compounds that you can do. Uh, how often do you pin? Um, so annoying. I take 200 milligrams of test a week, and I take 100 of DHB, which is boldenone. Now I split that up, and I do every 3 days because I think you get a more even. You don't have spikes, and I so every 3 days. Yeah. You say, I see you live working out every day. Yeah, well, tomorrow, the next couple of days, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream because Christina's got her pre-op appointment. I got a couple of doctor's appointments. I see my doctor on the 19th, and then on the 20th. We got 3 appointments. So there's a chance. Let's see, body beatdown in the house. What's up, man? You just finished up with squats. I'll have to check that out. Dude, this guy right here, older than me, you're like, what, 4 years older than me? Just hit 405 pounds on the bench press. You can see my camel toe. Looking's free. Touching will cost you. The Trend twins. No, less drugs is more good. Just the big moose knuckle. uh, you don't have to block those. That's fine. Can you still conceive? Lord, I hope not. I'm 50 years old. What in the God's name would I want to do that for? You're a rough 50 there, Marine. I look like 2 miles of bad road. It looks like I got the smoking auditor. Why am I not seeing that on this screen? Good evening and hi from Ohio. Hell yeah, I got lots of friends in Ohio. Why am I not seeing that on this? I don't like that. There you go. You just popped up. Body beatdown in the house. Yes, sir. That guy's awesome. Check him out. Body beatdown. $2 to touch the smoking auditor first. Yeah, I'm a little more expensive than $2. Yeah, got to double that maybe. I want to see some Lincolns before I'll even consider getting out of bed. Are you blue or green eyed? Green. Green. Just like Wes Watson. That fucking clown. I A marks. Did I do something wrong? I don't think so. Why? What's up? How many kids do you have? Two, Ayash. Two that I know of. Yuri. Let's see what he said. You guys can spell gay like Gay. You know that. Like I don't know when everybody started like typing words phonetically, but I feel like we're dumbing down our society. Like it used to be like you'd say, "What's up, bro?" and you'd spell it BRO because it's short for brother, BROTHER. Now they spell it bruh, bah, BRAUGH, or like when did that friggin' start happening? What are you doing right now? I'm talking to you, Swifty. I'm taking a break. I'm gonna hit this for another set. What'd I get on that? 16, guys? You have amber eyes. You're the devil. Amber, that's cool. With your skin complexion? Man, that'd be terrifying. one motivated guy, body beat down. Why is the chance not matching up? I don't like this. That bothers me. Holy crap. Amber is brown with gold around it. Yeah. Yeah, my son's got an interesting eye color. It's mostly brown, but he's got a little bit of green in it. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. They're scared of the word gay for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can just spell it Gay. There you go. That's gay. Gae. Gay. Hey, no. So Hazel is brown with a little bit of green, right? That's Hazel, Charlie. My dad, brother have that eye color. Yeah, that's there's brown, amber, hazel, green, blue, and gray. Yours is a super rare one though, right? Can you look at my previous comment, Flame Edits? Where is it? I don't see it there, Flame. Yeah, it'd probably be easier if you just retyped it. Hate to do that to you. What's up, Raphael? Average broke Joe. I have hazel eyes with a blue or a gray ring around them. Pretty strange. I've seen other hazel eyed people. Yeah, that's a cool color. My eyes are apparently some of the darkest brown you'll see. Only a person I know with darker eyes than me is my sister. They're almost black. Yeah. So are you any absent Jarl? Do you happen to be? If you don't mind, what's your ethnic background? No, I mean not that it matters, but just curious because it's rare to see like those really super dark eyes. Spare change. I got a serious issue. My uncle just sharded all over the floor, and I don't know what to do. Well, grab a straw and or maybe a spoon. Get some white bread. See where I'm going with this? I'm gonna absorb it with the bread and. Any suggestions for fat loss? I'm an alcoholic. Well, as a recovering alcoholic that used to be overweight, I'm going to tell you what worked for me. I went into rehab. Madalo, hey, what's up? I've got the straw. Why do you have complexes? Complexes. Why do I have complexes? I don't think I understand the question. It tastes like raisins, raisinets. Nice. I get my eyes from my mother, and she is Saldivar Mexican. My dad is Korean. Oh wow, that's a you're gonna have pretty kids. Did you just queef? No, that's your mom. Flame edits. How much should I eat as a skinny 13-year-old boy? I want to gain more weight and muscle. I weigh 115. How much calories should I eat a day? So you're my son's age, Aiden, 13 years old. And what I told him, you guys are still going through puberty. Like you don't even know what level of testosterone you're going to be at. Don't worry about gaining weight. He wants to get bigger too. The kids are picking on him. I understand that. Focus on getting as strong as you possibly can. You should be doing push-ups every day. You should be doing body squats every day. You should get some kettlebells started. Just introduce weights. Just start training. Don't worry about eating. You will eat. Trust me. You're just not at that age. You're at the age where you could start doing barbell lifts. And I think that's what I would recommend. Just focus on getting strong. Flame, you can eat cheeseburgers and protein. Need to work out. You need to work out. That's the bottom line. What the fuck do I drink okay. Am I retarded? Oh. Yeah. All right. Let's see what this is set 4 we're on. No, 5. Set 5. My great-grandpa got sent to the Gulag after World War II. Russian, huh? I agree with average broke Joe. You have to eat real food. Yeah. Yeah. So many people claim to have. I don't know. I'm in the middle. I missed the conversation. All right, let me see here. Vicky, hey. Where's that comment? I missed something. I don't know. I missed some comments, so I'm trying to catch up here. Did you serve in Afghan? No. Love the tank top. Thank you. What's up with the belly, my guy? I'm sitting. Are you like sucked up when you're sitting? Are you like always shredded when you're sitting in a chair? Or do you kind of like... What's up with your face? Oh, wait, I can't see it. Oh, wait, maybe I can. Hold on, let me look. Go to channel. Let's see what you look like. I'm guessing by the percentage of fat in your face, you probably don't look that great. So I will take that with a grain of salt. Let's see. If you insult me, you have to subscribe. That's a new rule, or at least hit the like button. Beach life all the times. What's up? Leave the live going, but I need to get some food in me. Hell yeah, man, do your thing. My Grinch shirt. Start selling meth. Now those things are over. I don't need to do that anymore. In short, because you missed my comments, I don't really know my ancestry, but I've been told German and French. Yeah, dude, the comments are screaming by. You didn't have to delete. Well, you didn't have to delete Jay's comment. Lots of American LMAO. Where did you serve? I stationed at Cap Pendleton, 53 area, Las Flores. Was in the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit. We went to the Middle East. Been all over the world. Been to like 17 countries. Jordan, Iraq, obviously the Emirates, Dubai, Israel, the Sinai Peninsula, coast of Africa, Australia, Philippines, Okinawa, Hong Kong, Kulian Bay, yeah. Sir, how do you cope with your drinking addiction, and can you give us some advice on how to overcome? It was a rough one for me, man. I went to like 13 different rehabs over the period of a few years before I eventually I went to the VA and they put me through a 6-month program, and then after that, I mean, the first couple of years was rough. Getting sober, like, did I have any relapses in there? But I had a tough time. But then I don't know. Over a period of time, it just got easier, and now it's I can't even imagine going back. In the Navy. Um, so Eternal Madness. Yes, I was technically in the Naval Reserve. I was stationed on the USS Cable as a gunner's mate. Um, but I was dealing not only with addiction but also injuries. Uh, so the Navy, it was a weird thing. I got separated without any remarks on my records, good or bad, for failure to attend. I didn't attend. What it was it called? What did they, I have to look at my DD 214, but it was like I wasn't making the required monthly. You could do was it 2 weekends a month plus your active duty time. I wasn't meeting the required attendance, but they understood my situation. So I actually had some good people in the Navy that separated me in a way that it didn't hurt if I wanted to reenlist at a later date or retirement or disability. So I don't really talk about being in the Navy because I didn't really do anything. But I swore in. I got my uniforms. I got my station. So it's like, can I really say I served? I don't know. I just after I got out of the Marines, active duty, did a little reserve time. I wanted to go back in, but I had this wild hair at my ass, and I wanted to do something different. And I thought, my sister was in the Navy, her husband's in the Navy. I'm gonna fucking join the Navy, and I could say I was in two branches. It just didn't work out. I just was a mess. I was suffering with addiction. That was right in that period of time where I was just really not good. I actually kind of thought going in the reserves would help straighten me out, but it's like it didn't. Baseball over. I appreciate that thing. Your addiction is not the problem; it's your solution. It becomes the solution, or yeah, when it becomes a solution when you get sober too. Uh, because what do we do now? We help other people get sober. You pass on your experience, strength, and hope, and hopefully that other people can see that there's another side that once you get away from it all, things get better. Remember to hit that like button. Thank you guys. Are you too much nervous? I am a high energy guy for sure. Your microphone ain't working.
FYI, it's 406.
406?
Just
When do you want to leave?
about 450.
Okay. My microphone's not working. I don't know. I just heard myself on her phone. What are we deleting here? Calm down. Take care of you and your soul. Yeah, he's fine. Sobriety is too important. Green helps. Ha! Yeah, I can't smoke the weed though. I just stay away from everything. Nothing against it. If you can do that and you can keep your shit straight. But here's the thing, man. When you start smoking that leaf and you find that it's interrupting with your goals and your ambitions, something to consider. How did you meet your amazing wife? Please share the story if you still remember and don't mind sharing. Yes. So, I had just gotten sober and divorced. It was right after my son was born, and my wife had had enough of me and she left. So I decided to go to rehab and I got sober. And here I am, a single guy, lost a bunch of weight, started working out, was looking pretty good. I still had my Mustang, it was a '09 GT. Uh, and one of the guys I was living in a sobriety house with, every night he was coming home with a different girl and they were pretty. So after about the third or fourth one, I was like, where are you meeting these women, man? He's like, online, I got a dating app. It was the first and only time ever using a dating app, so I downloaded it and I was flipping through all these pictures, and there's all these girls with like the duck face, with the camera up here, and their boobs hanging out, and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. And then I came across Christina, and she was just standing there in a little pose with a sundress on, long legs. She's 5'9". She's got legs that go all the way up and down, and I was just like, wow. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. And I hit the button. And I had no expectations of her even bothering with me. But I was looking pretty good. You know, I was a lot lighter than I am now. I was probably 185, but I was in good. I was looking good, you know. And she hit me back. And so we met at a sandwich shop. It was called Great Harvest. It was a Mormon soup and sandwich restaurant. And we met there for like a lunch date. And I'm sitting there, we're waiting, and I'm dressed in my gay singles cruise, like fashion, whatever I think looks good. What are the kids wearing these days? Outfit, you know. And I think I was 38, 39. And here, and in walks this. She's got a pink brace on, and she's got her hair. She looks like Aeon Flux or Dana Lynn Bailey haircut, and these white glasses, and she's shredded because she worked out too, and she's wearing this super short mini skirt, and she was wearing I want to say she had a pair of Vibram Five Fingers on. That's kind of our thing. Oh no, she was wearing flip flops, and I was just looking at her, and I'm like, holy shit, like, whoa, way too much woman for me. I don't think this is gonna work. She's probably just gonna. What do I have to offer? I just got sober. But I worked for a company and I was making $150,000 a year, and I had a brand new sports car, so I mean I could kind of maybe pass as a guy that's got it together. And we sat and we're talking and we're going through all the nervous how are yous, what do you do conversation, and she got to talking about her ex and how he also has a sports car as a Challenger, but he won't let her drive it. And I was like, well shit, here, take the keys, go. And she looked at me like I was crazy. It was a 400 horsepower stick shift Mustang. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, man. And inside I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, sure. That's what insurance is for. If you're going to fucking crash it, I'll get a new one. And I'm like, oh my God. And she drove that sucker like she stole it. Let me tell you, the woman can drive. And from there, we agreed to see each other again. It was a cool first date, man. Oh, and then one of the next dates I took her on, me freshly sober. I don't drink anymore, mind you, but I'm still haven't been sober long enough to keep my shit together. I took her to the beer festival at Spring Gardens, and it was like this fest where you go around all these booths and you try different beers out. And I took her, and she got wasted. Well, no, not that bad. But it was a lot of fun. But I'm there. I'm the only sober guy in the fucking park. Like, oh, having a great time. But no, we just had a lot of fun together, man. God damn it. Those were the days. Gen X let me drive his car on our first date. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you, Skip. Any woman doing kissy faces. Yeah, that just means they're trying to hide they're trying to angle max. Is that what the kids call it? She drove it like she stole it. Yeah. Some weird questions coming in the chat. I missed a few of them. What did you do after the military? Commercial construction. Well, no. I got into heavy industry. No. First, I did residential construction. I did houses, framing, carpentry, and then the housing market crashed, and then I became a United Steelworker, and I was working in chemical plants. I was going to school for my engineering degree. I was going to become a chemical engineer. I need like 30 more credits for that. Worked in that plant for 8 years. And then from there, I went up to Molycorp, which is a rare earth mine in California. It's one of the only rare earth mines in the United States. And I became the process control supervisor. Like think Homer Simpson in a nuclear power plant, the control room guy. Way bigger though. Looked like the CIC in a battleship. And I ran the entire plant from there, so I was doing pretty well financially. And then they went bankrupt. And then I got into commercial construction, and I've been doing that ever since. I was a safety engineer for a few years, and now I'm the area safety manager for Southwest Steel, and I run all the jobs in Vegas. So did okay for myself, considering I was a drunk drug addict that was homeless at one point. I need to do another set. I'm talking too much. So this is set 6, right? And how many reps did I do on the last one? 5, right? Let me ask my wife if she can spot me. I'm starting to get too fatigued. Hey, baby. Nah, I think she's in the bedroom getting ready. All right. Well, that's what spotter arms are for. Man, we're doing some volume today, Bob. Tony is a role model. If you're not sure, you better go with 5. Yeah, that's what I did. I was thinking about that 6 rep, and I'm like, live to fight another day. Without some context, some of my stories sound fake, but they're 100% true. That's a lot of my stories. 5 butt hugger sets of 10 to 12. Sounds about right. How heavy is that? 315, Randy. What are you trying to hit at the competition? I haven't broken 400 in competition. I've gotten 385. So now I've done more than 400 in the gym, but touch and go. In competition, you gotta wait till you get the press command. So that little pause, that's like, I want to say 20 pounds on your bench. So, if you can bench 420 pounds, you're probably going to get a 405-pound pause bench. So I got to get that number up there. They give you commands. Yeah, so you unrack the bar. You have a minute. You unrack it. He'll say, bench. You lower it, touch your chest. Press. You cannot move it before he says press. Lift fails. And then from there, he'll say rack. Bink. You can't jump the command. You can't rack it early. So it's bench, press, rack. Randy, thank you. I appreciate that. That one's so true. Now I believe the story, or else sometimes it'd be like a fever dream. Yeah. Why don't you enter the UFC? 50-year-old man. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. I'll give him 30 seconds of hell before he batters me unrecognizable. 1-8 lock toes. No, like boxing. This is why I know that Jake Paul fight was bullshit. Because I do sparring, and within the first round, if I can get you in the corner and get you a couple times, I can take anybody out. But the kids, even though they're lighter, they're so much faster and so much more proficient than me that if they have any kind of defense and can move around, I've got like maybe 30 seconds to get them before I start showing my age. You know what I mean? I could do a solid 3 rounds. Do you drag race your Stang? No. We own it now. It's paid off. I've got everything done to it except for the supercharger. The block's done. The pulleys are done. The fuel system's done. The rear end gearing's changed. We did all that. It's got the Tramic 5-speed. It's ready. We just need the supercharger. Right now, it'll do 60 in 5 seconds flat, which for, that's not, by today's standards, not the greatest, but If I get that supercharger put on it, we're looking at, mid fours. And yeah, right now I would say probably realistically we're looking at low 13s, high 12s for the quarter mile. So it scoots, but there's cars that do it in 9 seconds. Obviously, so here in Vegas, what's cool is that on Saturday nights you can actually take your car to the strip. The problem with that is most of the motherfuckers that show up are still making payments on their cars, and if you dump a flange drive shaft because you're beating the shit out of your brand new Challenger and it digs into the ground while you're doing 100 miles an hour and rips the rear end out of your car and sends your trunk flying down the road, when you go in to get it warrantied, they're gonna say you avoided that fucker. So now that we own the car, we can actually probably condition it and get it ready for drag. I got 305s on that bitch, so my tires are wider in the back than a Corvette's, and it still peels out. Arthur, thank you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe too. If you insult me, you have to subscribe. Iago, what'd you say? So Iago, you must subscribe. I don't know why I want a bunch of people that like. I'm cultivating a very low resolution conversation. Challenger drive shafts are a problem, so you know what I'm talking about. That flange that's designed to snap so it doesn't bust your drivetrain. Well, what happens to the drive shaft? It falls to the ground and digs into the concrete. And I've seen rear ends get ripped out of those bad boys. Like, we're talking like catastrophic failure. It's epic. Might cost a few bucks to fix that. Christina, lift. Give me a minute. You can't beat the noise and the better power. Oh, I do. I like the cars. I think they're bitching. I'm a Mustang guy. Christina's a Mustang gal. We had a '66 coupe with a 289 Cleveland in it. That was pretty cherry. And she wants a '68, if I'm not mistaken. '68 fastback, right, baby? My dad races, I think, '88 Ford Fox body coupe with a 347. I love Fox bodies. Small block, not the quickest. That's around 11 seconds. That's fast. Like, for like, dude, 11 seconds is a fast car. We had a Fox body. Yeah, so she had an '86 GT, but I had no, it was an '86 too. So, no. What year was that fucking thing? Well, anyway, what we did is we had the 5.0 and we stroked it out to 331. And it had like 400 horsepower naturally aspirated. So my buddy had a 81 millimeter turbo that he wanted to get to work on this thing. And it's just retarded. It was more of a project to see if he could do it. So it was at Sin City for like 3 months and they finally got the turbo to run for like a week. And it dynoed at like 670 horsepower. Now, this is a Fox body Mustang that weighs less than 3,000 pounds. That fucking thing was undrivable. You couldn't pull it out of a parking spot without peeling out. And he asked me if I wanted to take a spin in it with him. And I said, fuck no, I'm not getting in that car. But I'll tell you what, until it blew up, it was a pretty fast Mustang. They never got the turbo to run right. It was just way, way, way too big. It had way too much turbo lag, and then when it kicked in, it was just But they did get it to run. I like the new Mustangs, one of the newer cars I like, but the 24s are super ugly. Yeah, I think they're going a little bit too much with the aggressive angling on them. My dad showed me much. A bunch of warheads. Helped me punch one time. Chemistry rule. I'm trying to catch up with the conversation. All right. It's 4:22. You know what? Instead of waiting another couple minutes, I guess I'll dump the weight and just wrap it out. Hey, babe, can you spot me? I don't think she's paying attention. The dark horse in the GTD is the only good news staying. I always like the, I can't hear you. All I hear is,
Okay, look, you can't just jump off.
I can't hear you.
I don't want
I'm gonna go to failure, and I just need to make sure I don't die.
to squeeze over your... I didn't want to be on this.
I'm sorry.
I gotta move. You're making this look way too easy.
That's good for one day. So that's what I knew, like, because I did a few sets at 315. I knew, like, you go, and all of a sudden the strength just drops. There's no warning. Your arms just stop moving. What did EKM say? EKM, why did you delete Bear's comment? Crazy looking bar. Why did you delete that? Oh, split spamming. Yeah, my toe shoes. I love them. I got like 5 pairs. Stop spamming 3. So you said the same thing 3 times? Okay. Any tips on how to break addictions? I had to ask for help. I had to literally check myself into a hospital. I could not do it. But fellowship, you got to get, the biggest thing is reaching out, saying if you think you have a problem, and only you can determine that, asking for help is like the biggest step you can take. Some people just can't do it cold turkey, and there's nothing wrong with that. Also, finding something healthy to replace the habit with. Drinking, weightlifting. Go figure. Bear, I was abused by EKM. Yeah, no, we're all good, right? Accidents happen. 75 doing live streams today. Yeah, baby. The rusted plates. Clearly can stick around here. Hell yes, Skin Lab. Hospitals have helped me throughout the course of my life. Yes, but once you get out of the hospital, you've been sober, whatever, for a minute. What do you do then? You got to get surrounded by that have your best interest in mind. You know what I mean? It looks like I got bounced offline there for a second. So fellowship, that's why AA works, because you have a sponsor and you're accountable to somebody. It's hard, man. Dude, that first year was a killer. But no, it gets easier though over time. Glad to see wife there to help. Yeah, man, for the longest time, I always had her spot me at competition. Because I'd go, you'd see this powerlifter getting up there to bench almost 400 pounds, and this little lady's going to spot him. And they're like, what's she going to do? All she needs to do is take enough weight off of it. Like, if you're going to max out. I hope you're not going so heavy that it's impossible for you to recover from it. So what does she need to do? She just needs to take 20 pounds off the bar. I mean, like, that's picking groceries up. So yeah, that's as long as you guys are a team and you're coordinated. She's the best spotter I ever had. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't trust another person on this planet to spot me other than her. Crazy looking bar, like a rail. Never seen anything like that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with any of those comments. What's your max bench? Upper body looks really good. And yes, I am on. I don't like saying I'm on TRT because I'm on more than that, but I'm not on like. It is TRT doses. So I guess that would be okay then. My max bench of all time is 425 raw, 475 with a slingshot. I almost hit 500, but I hurt myself trying to do that. I made 3 attempts and I almost had it. Let's see here. No, I've never done HGH. I'm testosterone and boldenone, DHB. You're always out of breath. Yeah, I know, man. I just did a set of what, 20? How many did I hit, guys? Oh, and yeah, I also have a deviated septum, so I'm plugged up quite a bit. But Fred, what's your point? Like, I could say you're always an asshole, but no point would have been made there either. 20 pounds is easy. What's your plans for Christmas? I don't really have any. We're just going to stay together as a family and open up gifts, and maybe I'll do some streaming. I'll wear a Santa hat and all that. You guys are savages. 429. So I'm going to finish out with one last set. I'm going to do close grip. All right. How do the steroids taste? Like your mama. You gotta love it when the discourse takes a nosedive. Where we see here. Please do not touch her. That one he probably will. When are you going to compete? March 15th, 13th, somewhere in there? Bro skips leg day. I only need to work my legs out when your mom's visiting. Oh, where's my blood pressure monitor? I'm like 120/70 normally. Let's see what I am after just doing a set. That'd be interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I monitor my blood pressure every day. I bet it's pretty high now, though. No, that's not too bad. 149 over 80. Let's see what it is on the other side. That's slightly elevated. I mean, considering I just did a max effort set, I would think that's pretty good. Let's get this side, see what it is. Yeah, normally my target is 120 over 70 with a resting heart rate of 71. Well, yeah, 149 is high, but I just did a set of exercise. I went to failure. Yep, almost identical. My resting heart rate's a little high, 105 right now. That's really high. But my question I would have for you guys is, what's your blood pressure? Do you even know? Like, do you monitor it? Like, do you know what any of your health markers are? Do you know what your triglycerides are at? Do you know what your cholesterol's at? Like, I have a deviated septum and I get stuffed up, so it is hard for me to breathe. But I do cardio. I do boxing 3 days a week. I can go 3 rounds. I'm in way better shape than anyone my age that I know of. And it's like hard to take criticism from somebody when you couldn't even tell me any of your stats. 141 over 88. That's considered hypertensive, but it's not. I would do, yeah, 141 over 88. I would do something about that. 110 over 80. Well, you're 19. 80. And genetics do play a little bit into it, but I would want to see that diastolic down closer to 70. Good luck on your competition. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I know exactly all my numbers. Cool. That's good. You should. Not exercising, you get my heart rate over 200. Using gear, you can't really expect to have good blood pressure, anyways. Yeah, you can. Yes, you absolutely can. Do you think a doctor prescribes TRT without monitoring? You think that they're trying to give men high blood pressure? Like, that is not the goal of testosterone replacement or hormone replacement therapy. You can have excellent health markers on steroids. So you guys, it's a low resolution conversation where it's all or nothing with you guys. You think that either people that look good are either blasting an enormous amount of gear, you know what I mean, or what? Like, you guys are retarded. Like, that's the dumbest. That is one of the most ignorant statements I've heard in my entire life. Like, you monitor your cholesterol, you get your blood work done every 2 months for that reason. You go to a cardiologist, you get checkups, they do breathing tests. They check for your enzymes and protein in your piss to make sure you're not, fucking your kidneys up. There's a whole bunch of things they look at, and you can have outstanding health. No, are you listening, Dylan? What are we talking about? Oh man, no body beatdown. Like, it's such a retarded conversation. Like, you know me. Like, I like to laugh when they make fun of my shorts or my face or my hair or whatever. But when they start making ignorant comments about health and they don't even know what they're talking about because I'm a little bit wheezy because I got a breathing issue, it's like, that's just dumb shit to say. TRT doses are nothing. Yeah, and you didn't even ask me what I'm on there, Lively. You have no idea what I'm taking. You're my doctor. Why don't you tell everybody? Well, on that note, I actually do need to get going. So I think this conversation took a nosedive, so this is probably a good time to end it. My doctor recently told me either your diet and exercise keep you alive or expensive medications will. Yeah. But for the most part, I had a lot of fun today, guys. I appreciate it. If you guys are going to make fun of me, you have to subscribe. That's my new rule. And first day of competition, bam, in the books. I will see you guys on the battlefield.